What is up, boys and girls? It is Monday, September 30th, and I am back once again to bring you Relationship Video 101. Took a short hiatus, had a break from school, so I figured I'd take some time to myself, enjoy some life, have some fun, which I did a little bit of both of. But I'm back once again to give you the relationship advice that you probably either need, don't need, or have happily been waiting for. Hopefully, you've been happily waiting for it. I don't know. We'll see. As always, if you have any questions, comments, you can leave them in the comment section on the YouTube page down here at the bottom. They're down there somewhere. Always make sure you hit the like button. That's, no, wait, right there. And then also, you can also send to the email that'll pop up somewhere along in here. You can pop that in there, and send me any kind of questions you guys have. I'm happy to answer them, and, in the next video, and let you give you the feedback you're looking for. This video will be, we'll cover a couple of things that I like to think of that are probably necessary. First and foremost, I will talk about being honest. When I say being honest, I mean being honest with not just yourself, but also with the person you are with. You need to be completely honest. Okay? You need to tell them, first off, you need to be honest with yourself. You need to know what you like, what you don't like, what you will put up with, what you won't put up with, what you are really looking for with a person. Not just like that ideal person like I've talked about before, but I mean actually what you're looking for in an actual person. Like if you're bringing X to the table, you know what I'm saying? The person you're looking for needs to be bringing at least half of what you have to the table. Because if they're not, then what's the point? If they're not bringing at least half to the table, then you're almost like you're shooting yourself in the foot, it seems like, at some points. That's what I think of anyway. But that's just me. Be honest with yourself. Really be honest with yourself. It's like, look, I like this. If you're bisexual, or if you've at some point in time had the thought that you might be bisexual and you want to experiment, be honest with yourself that you want to experiment, that you want to sleep with a guy, or you want to sleep with a girl. Be honest with yourself about that. And then once you've come to terms with that with yourself, be honest with your partner. Tell them, hey, I want to experiment. I want to do something outside of the norm in the bedroom. I want to try having a threesome, or I want to try going to a swinger party, or I want to try candle wax, or whatever it is. Be honest with yourself about it. Be honest with everybody about it. No matter what the fuck it is. No matter how crazy it may be. Because if you're not honest, all you're going to do is you're going to end up being happy. You're going to end up being unhappy, being honest is going to make you happy. Extremely happy. Because you're finally going to be getting what you want. If you want to be in a polyamorous relationship, whereas you're married and you're with somebody, but you also have somebody else, let that person know. Tell them straight up, look, I love you, I don't want to leave you, but I also want to have a boyfriend or girlfriend or both on the side. Let them know. Be honest. Honesty is the best policy when it comes to this situation, because if you're not, then you're just going to end up being all kinds of unhappy. And that unhappiness will end up extending through to the relationship and every other part of your life. Like, it'll just ruin everything. It's horrible if you're not honest with yourself. Trust me. So be honest. Next, I want to talk about communication. It seems I've talked to a few people, and the communication thing also goes with the honesty thing. But you need to talk with each other. You need to actually say what's on your mind when it's on your mind, and be honest about it. Don't play mind games. Don't try to be all secretive, super spy, Jack Bauer type shit. Just communicate. Say outright, look, when you do this, it pisses me off. It makes me unhappy. So could you try not to do that? Or the two of you need to sit down and say, look, these are the list of things that you do that annoy me. What on this list can you possibly work on, or whatever? And I'm pretty sure the person you're with will have a list of things for you too. They'll come back at you like, look, these are some of the things that you do that I'm not happy with. So you sit down, you talk about what are the things you're unhappy with each other. You go over the list. You figure out what you can work on, what can't be worked on, and you'll both be so much happier in the long run. Also, when you get into a fight in a relationship, don't make the other person the bad guy. In an argument, you shouldn't think of somebody being the good guy and somebody being the bad guy, or somebody winning the argument. It's an argument. You're disagreeing about something. Leave it, stop right there. Don't try to win the argument to try to be the good guy, or to try to just give up an argument because you don't want to fight anymore. Because giving up on an argument and just saying, oh, I don't want to fight about this, doesn't solve anything. Doesn't fix anything at all. You have to talk it out. You need to sit down and be like, look, this is what's wrong. Let's try to fix this. And then you go from there. And don't make it the other person's fault. Like I said, don't twist it around and be like, oh, well, the only reason we're doing this or the only reason I do that is because you do this. It's a circle. It's an evil little circle that you do not want to be involved in. You don't want to do that. You don't want to sit there and have that evil fucking circle that goes around in your relationship, that every time it's like, oh, one last argument, I'll let you win this argument, or I want to win this argument, or I want to win all the arguments because you're a bitch, or you're a dick, or you're a douchebag, or you're a cunt waffle. Don't do that. It's horrible for the relationship. It is horrible for your relationship because the other person eventually gets to a point where they feel like they may not be able to talk to you anymore because every time they talk to you, all you do is make them feel bad and feel like everything is their fault. So why should I talk to you if it's my fault anyway? See what I mean? You don't want to do that. Now, exes. Exes are sometimes a delicate situation. I know a few people who are actually still good with their exes. Doesn't always work out that way with some people. Some people have exes who wish death on them, like me. And some people have exes who they are still good friends with, like, a couple of friends of mine. I won't name, but you know who you are if you're watching this video. You're still cool with your exes. And I'm happy for you that you are. In my personal experience, exes tend to end up being, batshit crazy sometimes. They do things that make no sense to you and probably never will. It's just how life works. But there are a number of reasons exes tend to come back into your life. First reason exes tend to come back into your life is because they truly realize that they lost somebody great. And they want to get back with you because they realize you were the one for them. Now, the problem with this is that, one, you could potentially you could probably be with somebody else. Or two, they weren't the one for you, which makes things all kinds of awkward because now they feel that, you're the one for them and their life can't go on without you in it. And they need you in their life to make them feel complete. And you're just like, sucks to be you because you don't complete me. Sorry. And that makes things really, really weird. And then you can end up with a batshit crazy ex stalking you, like boiling your rabbit and shit like that. That's just all kinds of restraining order waiting to happen. Or an episode of SVU, depending on how batshit crazy they go. Neither one of them are good outcomes. Don't do it to yourself. Trust me. Another reason exes come back into your life is because they want to show you that they're winning in the breakup. Trust me, in every breakup, there's a winner and a loser, whether you realize it or not. And there's also, at the end of a breakup, the only thing you really have is credibility. But I'll get to that at some other point. But they want to show you that they're winning. So they may refriend you on Facebook, or they may start coming around, hanging out with you more often, showing you that their life is so much better now that you're not in it. Like they've done it, they've moved here, found this great guy, or going on to their better job. Whatever the case may be, they want to prove to you that their life is better without you. And that your life is lessened because they're no longer in it. Now, when you have this type of ex, welcome them into your world. Let them see what's going on. Because the reality is, their life isn't as great as they think it is. If they feel the need to prove to you that their life is better than yours and that they're doing better without you than they were with you, then their life is all kinds of petty. And 9 out of 10 times, no matter what they say to you, it's probably all bullshit. It's probably all lies. Every last drop of it. Trust me on this. All of it is probably all bullshit. There might be a grain of truth in there, but it's usually that grain of truth is them talking about somebody else, not actually their own life. So, take that as you may. Okay? The next type of ex that you may run into is the ex who is batshit crazy, and they're kind of a mix of the first two. They want to show you that their life is better without you, but they're really only doing it because they want you back, and they're hoping they can win you back by showing that their life is better. And it really doesn't work because, once again, they may think you're the one, and you're not, and they're crazy, and you don't want that kind of craziness. Or they come back into your life. They're the type of ex that comes back into your life to try to use you because they felt like they used you while they were with you, so they can use you now that they're not with you. So they come back into your life, try to get back with you, use you. And if you're smart, you realize these things and you say, fuck off. and you get them out your life as quickly as humanly possible so you don't have to deal with that batshit craziness or being used by somebody all over again. Because that shit is just ridiculous. Let's see. After exes and being honest and communication, there is in a relationship, and this is any relationship. This really isn't just a matter of dating someone or anything like that. This is actually as far as like friendships, dating, family relationships. There are multiple sides, and no matter what side it is that that person is seeing from you, always keep your emotions in check. Always keep yourself on hold. You know, don't fuck around and bleed. Don't have bleed through. You know, there was an episode of Seinfeld where there was Friendship George and Relationship George, and the two worlds were colliding, and he was all kinds of frantic and shit. Real thing, it actually fucking happened because when you're in a relationship, even when especially when it's a new relationship, once you've been together for a while, this kind of thing bleeds away. But when it's a new relationship, there is relationship you, and then there is the you that is with your friends. The two are separate. The two usually stay separate for quite some time because you're not comfortable being how you are around your friends, around the person you're dating. Because this stems from possibly you not being your real you when you're with somebody. Which is kind of why I'm always me. At least I try to always be me. I don't always succeed at being me, but, you know, I try. Because the reality is, for all the advice that I give, I'm kind of a doof when it comes to talking to women. If you know me in person, you'll know for a fact when I'm actually talking to a girl that I actually like, all kinds of doofy. Don't get me wrong, I'm all kinds of great on paper. Like, digitally, online, talking to people, all kinds of Don Juan de la Nooch. In person, all kinds of goofy, uncoordinated Clark Kent. Like, it's ridiculous. Superman, when you can't see me in person. Clark Kent, when you see me in person. It's just how it is. It's like that. You know, and you should be that, though. You should be, you know, and you should let people know. Tell them straight up. I tell people, I have no game. And if you have no game, it's okay. Because having game to me is just kind of retarded anyway. But, you know, if you're goofy, be goofy. That's who you are. You know, whether guy, girl, be goofy if you are goofy. You know, because not being yourself, once again, leads to problems. If they think you're like one thing and it turns out you're actually like another, you're going to be all kinds of sad about it. And you don't want that. So just be goofy. If that's who you are, just be a fucking gooftard. I am. I'm goofy all the time. I tell people, I distinctly remember telling a few friends last quarter in the class, sitting in the lounge, I told them, like, look, I don't care if people like me, which is true. I don't. You don't have to like me because I don't have to like you. You know, but the reality is, I'm a funny, chubby bastard. And that's my selling point. Whether you like me or not, I'll make you laugh. You can hate me, but I'll still make you laugh. Because I'm fucking funny. And that's just the reality. So if you are fucking funny, and you make people laugh, be you. Make people laugh. Somebody will come along and like you. Guaranteed. It's just how life works. The odds are ever in your favor, to borrow a little bit from the Hunger Games on that one. You know, so just sit back, relax, enjoy life, enjoy yourself. You know, find you before you worry about finding anybody else, and love will stumble across you, guaranteed. Don't go out looking for it. It's like looking for something you've lost. When you're trying to find your keys, you can never find your keys. And then the minute you stop looking for them, you sit down and they poke you in the ass. Love's kind of like that. When you're not paying attention, it'll poke you in the ass. Every time. So, that is Relationship 101 for right now, for this week. I will see you all next week. I'm back on point every week, every Monday. I'll be right back here giving you a relationship advice that you may need, want, and desperately are in hopes of giving you some form of a relationship down the line by using. Until then, love, peace, and hair grease, and I will see you all next week.